have a $25 donation from Strife the Historian.
起
Says
死
Mass
回
Effect
進
2
行
and
は
RPG
神谷
Link
が
Ring
お
again?
送りいたし
Awesome.
ます。
Show them how great the run is, Sanjan.
次のタイトルはマスエフェクト
We
2。
have
カテ
a
ゴリーは
$5 donation from FF300 at long last. Estelle
はい、
gets
ニュ
to
ー
be
ゲ
a
ームプラ
cop.
スですかね、これ。
That one feels like a Doe Wolf
こちら解
holdover.
説いらっしゃいません。もしね、遊んだことがある、
We have a
またストー
$15
リーを知っ
donation
てい
from
るという方がいらっしゃいましたら、
Says
解説の
long
応募
time
をお待
watcher,
ちし
first
て
time
おりま
donator.
す。
The Trail series got me through most of the
私は
campaign.
遊んだことがないで
Heavily
す。
devoted
マ
in
スエ
heavily
フェクト
turned
2っ
topsy-turvy.
て
Donation goes
FPS
to
じゃなかっ
adding
たっ
best girl
けっ
Santa to the
て思っ
party in
て、ちょっと
Grand
調べたら、TPS なんですね。TPS のアク
And
シ
then
ョ
we
ン
have a
RPG なんですね。
$700 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much for that. And then we even have a $1,000 donation from Xanthian. It says, I noticed there were some unmet incentives, and we cannot allow that to happen now, can we? Thank you so much. And over the course of that last run, we even eclipsed the 3,000 mark for the marathon already. And we're on our way to 4,000.
意外と過去走られている RPG リミットブレイク2022でマスエフェクト、1作目はリミットブレイクの2022とか SGDQ の2022でも走られてるんですけど、2の方は一度だけなのかな、過去リストリームでは。SGDQ の2021で走られているだけなんですかね。なんかこのパッケージとかタイトルロゴとかは知ってるけど、ゲーム画面は見たことないかもしれない。どんなゲームが始まるのかは私も始まってみてからお楽しみなんですけど、予定時間が1時間18分。RPG リミットブレイクの作品、採用タイトルの中では1時間ちょいで終わるということは、割と短めなタイトルになりますよね。今回だとアルトネリコが6時間とか、新女神転生56時間半、ペルソナ4が9時間、幻想水湖伝2が8時間と、やっぱり1日1本ぐらいは6時間7時間のタイトルが控えてますね。今挙げた8時間とかのタイトルっていずれも解説の方がいらっしゃいますからね。きっと見てる人を飽きさせない8時間9時間になるかと思うんで、ぜひ楽しみにしておいてください。 今回の、いくつか協力プレイみたいなカテゴリーになっているやつは、奏者が複数人で交代でプレイする的な話を聞きましたけど、幻想水湖伝かな、そちらはそう聞きましたけど、他のタイトルも協力プレイが交代なのかどうかはわからないです。
NAMI was formed in 1979 as a grassroots advocacy organization by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illnesses. And they have
協
maintained that focus
力
to
な
this
んで
day.
ね、リレーだっ
All week
て
long, while we're donating to
みんな
awesome
の
prizes
力
like
を合わ
awesome
せて
speedruns
つないで
and having lots
ク
of
リア
fun,
するという
remember that
形
all the
で
money raised will be going to
協
NAMI.
力じゃないですかね。世の中には奏者さんがね片手ずつ出し合ってコントローラーをね片手で右手と A さんの右手と B さんの左手で協力プレイするとかいうね RTA もたまに見かけますけど、今回はね RPG リミットブレイクなんでその3時間とか4時間はちょっとその協力プレイ難しいんじゃないかなっていう気がしますね。そうですね、2プレイヤー1コントローラー、あれも協力プレイですよね。というわけで、まだしばらくね、ホエール王を眺める時間が続きそうなんで、今回のイベント概要をいきましょうか。はい、現在ジャパニーズリストリームでは RPG リミットブレイク2024の様子を公認で日本語ミラー配信しています。RPG リミットブレイク2024は RPG 作品に対して特にフォーカスしたチャリティー RTA イベントで RPG という特徴のためタイトルの平均時間は比較的長く他のイベントではなかなか見られないような人気タイトルも予定されています。今回のイベントはユタ州ソルトレイクシティにあるダブルツリーバイヒルトンソルトレイクシティエアポートでのオフライン開催とリモートランで構成されています。今回の RPG リミットブレイク2024も例年に続きナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネス通称 NAMI を支援するためのチャリティー RTA イベントとなっております。ナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネスは精神疾患を持つ方やその家族、心の不調や悩みを持つ方々を支えることを目的に設立された非営利団体です。特定のゲームには寄付と関連して高難度への変更やエンディングの選択等が予定されており、項目ごとに設定された目標寄付金額を達成した際に行われます。また、寄付金額を表に見立てたビットウォーによってキャラクター名や選択肢などが決定されることもあります。直接の寄付が難しい場合は、ザ・イエティで販売されている RPG リミットブレイク2024コラボグッズを購入することで間接的に寄付も可能です。イベントは5月20日月曜日午前2時半頃から開始し、26日日曜日午前8時頃まで昼夜問わず行われます。スケジュールをご確認の上、ぜひ最後までお楽しみください。追加ですね、加えてジャパニーズリストリームでは解説者の応募もお待ちしております。RTA 知識がなくても大丈夫です。遊んだことがある、ストーリーを知っているというだけでもね、担当の司会進行がすごい喜びますので、よろしくお願いします。直近のタイトルでは、ロマンシングサガ ミンストレルソングリマスター、伝説のオーガバトル、ドラゴンクエスト3が、解説者不在ですね。まあ、今直近のタイトルと言ったんですけど、一本一本長いんで、ドラゴンクエスト3は2時半ですね。その次が、そっか、次、グランブルーファンタジーの後はしばらく、もう明日まで解説の方いらっしゃいませんね。というわけで、ゲーム画面の方が来ましたね。
On the side, I also love my Western RPGs. So, with me on my couch, I'll let y'all introduce yourselves. Starting with you.
I'm AlecK47. I do not speedrun Mass Effect 2, but it is one of my favorite games of all time. So, being in the community as long as I have, I've followed the run for years and years, so I know a lot of what is going on in the run, just kind of by default. And yeah.
Yep, and I'm Eiko. I am a Mass Effect 2 casual enthusiast, a Sanjan enthusiast, and a Color Blue enthusiast.
奏者の
Alright,
方、
so let's, without any further ado, which
マスエフェクト以
genre
外にも
are we choosing? Are we
JRPG とか
little
も
bro
いろい
shep
ろ
moment
走っ
or
てる
a
よ
fem
っ
shep
て
moment?
自己紹
It
介してま
looks
す
like
ね。
we're going to be doing the FemShep
Alrighty.
Surprising no one.
in a easy victory.
Alright, so the reason why we are starting from a save because we started from a new game. We had to watch like 5 minutes of cutscenes and Shepard
そう
doesn't have
ゲ
time
ー
for
ム
that.
まだ
So
タイマースタートじゃない。
It's a very slow
動き
start.
出
You
し
just
たら
kind
タ
of
イ
run
マースター
around
トみたいな
slowly.
感じですかね。
There's some dialogue, and then you make the character and do some other stuff. Instead, we're starting right in the action.
yeah, thanks Miranda. So without further ado, Miranda's waiting for us to start. Let's start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
タイマースタートです
We're
ね。
actually gonna start out
トラ
here.
ック
So
で
this is a
す。
new game plus, which means we
なんか
pretty much already
さっきま
completed
で
the
普
game
通の
once.
服だ
But
った
one
の
thing
が
to
急に
note
スーツに。
is that we pretty much finished the
Oh.
game at a very minimum level. That's pretty common. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And we had to use a couple glitches to basically be like get all the skills we want as well as like all the Paragon points we need.
Still unfortunate when one of those explodes. And here we're going to see a first trick. That was a little zip up called an
今の
elevator
ところ
because it's Mass Effect.
SF 系の TPS ということ以外私は分かりません。
And eventually it'll just go boop up. It's pretty consistent. And then getting down from that ledge, spamming melee is a technique to allow you to drop places where you otherwise normally would not, or in places where you are capable of dropping down. To do so in a faster animation, you also get a
すご
little
い
bit
すごい
of
なんか
a
何の
boost
脈絡も
forward.
なくカッ
The
トシ
lighter
ー
the
ンが
weapon,
始まっ
the bigger
て
boost you get. So
仲間が増え
you
た。
see Sanjan using a pistol there typically. Meanwhile, we're just going to keep running through the rest of this section using a lot of biotic charges. That is the single main reason why Vanguard is the best. If you look up at the talents there, you will also see, if you know particularly well, the skills Shockwave and Reeve. Reeve is a mastery skill, so that's something that's exclusive to New Game Plus, at least starting off with it. We'll talk more about those abilities later as they become more relevant. But for now, once again, just running quickly through this section. There's going to be a couple more enemies that need to be killed in order to open the next door to get to the end. So Sanjan is going to use final little, didn't have to use the first grenade, so use a grenade. Doors open. All the flags are set for us to end the mission.
Yep, and so this is being run on a speedrun mod, which changes a couple different things. One of them is that it lets you rapidly advance through dialogue.
すごいチャットの方で
It also
も
skips a lot of
誰か
cutscenes.
ス
Not
ト
all
ー
of
リー
them,
がざっ
but
く
pretty
りで
much
も
all
分
the
かる人が
primary
いた
ones. You can
ら
see they're hitting level 14.
ちょっとは
And
なん
as we
か
continue
理解が
gaining
進む
health
かもしれ
and
ないんですけど
abilities and damage,
今
you
の
also
ところ
level
は
up.
主
So
人
the
公さ
New
ん
Game Plus
が
is done on the
何者
easiest
な
way
のかも
possible. And
誰と戦ってるのかも
additionally,
全く分からないです
you
ね。
have all the talent points you need because
若
there's
干
a glitch that
こう
allows you to get infinite
一
ones.
般
So
的
it's
な
just being
FPS に
first
ありがちな時
playthrough
間
as
経
quickly
過
as
で
possible,
HP が
get
回
the right
復
talents,
する系なのか
and
なというの
then
と
you're
か
good.
こう眺めてて仕様は
Second mission, we'll see Sanjan
分
do
か
a
りま
lot
す
of
が、あ、なん
elevators.
か
We'll
悪いこ
also
としてる。
see a Tally near the end of the mission, who is a fan favorite of a lot of Mass Effect players.
Including me. I think everyone here.
we're
We're
love
Tally
Tally.
stands here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, we'd also like to apologize to all the Tally fans. You'll see why.
Yeah. And sometimes you can be a fan of someone and also recognize their need to
す
take
ご
a
い
nap.
なんか今まで宇宙船の中はまともに進んでいくゲームなのかなと思いましたけど、宇宙船の外のステージが始まったら悪いことし放題なんですね。
That's why they have the pistol equipped.
Yeah, and I believe that kind of
Oh,
jump lunge
なんか
forward to get onto the railing is
一
necessary.
度
I don't know if there's an easy elevator up to
無
that
に
railing
着地して
but there are a few places like that. Fortunately, these tricks are all pretty consistent, so
なんか川を渡るときは悪いことをしてるなっていうのをこう目に見えて分かりましたけど、さっきの屋根に登ったのは何もしてないけど屋根にふわっと浮きましたね。
Overload again for its
でなん
shield,
か
and
パ
then
ワー
Sanjan
ド
is
スー
just going
ツ
to finish it off with the rocket, the RPG
oh,
launcher.
hey, there's Tali.
Oh, here,
Wait,
Tally, have a
what are
nap.
you? Monster.
She's
ワイ
sleepy.
ワイプの右の人の
Like I said, I apologize, Tally.
イヤリングもそうだけど、目元の
If we've done this right, we have skipped all the cutscenes like that.
Yeah. And we see Tim briefly. Hi, Tim. Bye, Tim.
なんか右の人は全てが気になりま
You'll
す。
see him, and then you'll see him come and go like a lot.
確かに
So,
光ったり回ったりしているイヤリングが一番気になりますが、
if one of you all like to
メ
explain
ガネみたいなのも一体どういうメガネなのか。
So Miranda, as we already mentioned, has that overload ability, which is very good. She also just has a passive that increases all weapon damage by 12.5%. We love dealing more damage, so we very much want that. Here we're going to see Sanjan do another one of those elevators. This is a bit tricky.
またスルリと。
This is Bobby skip. It's a skip that takes you right to Bobby.
Yeah, I have to be careful of like where I walk here because I can easily get very stuck. I've done that a lot.
And so here we're checking out the real underlife of Omega. And
Hi,
yeah.
Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. We have skipped to Bobby. That's Bobby skip.
Once in, you'll notice that there are going to be a lot of really quick skips, and then if you're not paying close attention, you might miss when we actually reach Morden's lab. But this whole section is going to be pretty tightly split up between where you skip and where you kill enemies and where you need to kill certain enemies to just get doors to open. So you can follow it as closely as you want, but in the meantime, we have time for like 2 or 3 donations.
Okay, well, I'd like to first start out saying that the
ジャンプしてるわけじゃないのに縦軸の移動多すぎないですかこのゲーム。
we will be saving
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
And then we have a $10 donation from Kirby Master that says, grab the pistol and armor from the locker. You don't have time to wait around,
最
Shepard.
初の宇宙船だけはしっかりとした作りだったんだなと。
Someone's hacking the security trying. Looks like they set up a barrier. Look out! The donation gets to go to Runner's Choice.
Yeah, so my runner shows which was whatever the next incentive appeared, and that's a reference to the first 10 seconds because
ま
if
た
you
こ
reset
う
this,
壁に体をこすりつけるだけで
if you're doing an
天
actual
井を抜けられる。
so I didn't get the charge here, I'll just
Yeah,
read it
'cause
instead.
It's just so soon into the run,
Ooh,
and
that's
it costs a
spicy.
few seconds. So
Yeah.
why not?
So in addition to the movement that we see out of charge, it also gives you a portion of your little purple health bar back. So it is a very useful ability here.
SF やしすごい科学力使ってるんやろ。なんか量子力学的な。
damage reduction, excuse me, I can speak, for a short amount of time. And coming up soon here, we're going to get to the stage end
今のは
this
な
section
んか
where you have to open.
正当な技なの。
Ideally, Sanjan is going to be able to
す
kill
ごい
enough
テレポー
enemies
テーションみたいな。
that the doors will open really quickly and she can just
もう何が正当な技で何がグリッチなのか全て疑ってかかるようになってしま
It's
う。
not a big deal. It never takes long for the doors to open after that. So that's kind of a theme where for most tricks in this run,
この丸いエフェクトに包まれるやつは正当な
The backup isn't that bad.
なん
yeah,
かテレ
it's
ポー
not the
テー
end
ショ
of
ン
the world
的
for the
な
vast majority of
ものな
things.
のかな。
With some exceptions.
Yeah, if you're going for a top run, so you would probably care about that more, but
Yeah.
Oh god.
Then
Okay.
it's- Yeah, okay. Sometimes
little-
it will really not want to let you get some of those trickier charges
I don't
off.
think I got a really good pattern, so I don't think the door's
No.
opening. Also, ideally, I want Jacob to die there because I skip a line that he says. Like you'll see here, he's gonna say a line, but it just gets to the end. But
ね、丸いエフェクトはゲームの仕様。
and now we got our
壁に体をこすりつけるのはグリッチ。
He is the very model of a scientist Solarian.
He is that, yes. Do you want to do the whole thing?
I don't have the whole thing memorized.
I would have to break out the phone right now.
It's from that plot
今
perspective,
回
we
これ
recorded,
2作目ですけど、
because
1作目のクリアデータがあったら、前作での行動に沿ったセリフなど展開が微妙に変わるっていう、なんか、ストーリーになっ
Yeah,
て
he
るらしい
has
です
the
よ。
ability to make essentially a nullification field so that they can't detect you. And that's kind of important because otherwise you'd be paralyzed, and you don't want to be paralyzed. Also, he has the Incinerate ability, which is highly useful. It is incredibly effective against armor. It has good AoE damage, and it's going to be used extensively.
The cooldown's not bad either, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So overload, and incinerate, very good, and that's why Miranda and Morden are going to be our squad mates most of the time. Here's Zaid. We're going to recruit Zaid. Hi, Zaid. And then I
He's
think also by
basically
Zaid.
kind of like an extra body, and he's just right there because he's a DLC character.
Yeah, we're not going to be recruiting everyone.
マ
Just
スエフェク
the
ト
people
3
we
もあっ
need
て、
for
3
the
部作
one
の
left
うちの
behind.
2作目なんだ、これ。
So, sorry to
えー
fans of
3は今までリストリームでも
not Zane. What am
イ
I
ベントで走られたことはないみたい
Zane
です
is a
ね。
different game.
Kasumi and Samara.
Yeah. And we pick up Legion, but he stays in the.
You have to talk to Arya for a second, aka. So I should mention the speedrun mod like also allows you to be able to like quickly kind of like
Skip through.
spam click through dialogue like that, which you've seen me doing for like the past 15, 10,
Yep.
12 minutes.
All right. So we are getting ready for this third recruitment mission here in Omega. We're going to pick up Archangel, who is apparently managed to make literally everyone in Omega mad enough to try and kill him. So obviously we're just going to be like, hey, you seem like a cool, normal person. Would you like to work for
うん
us?
スピードラン .com の登録者数を見て
Yeah,
も、
so basically kind of like the speedrun happens.
1が118人走者、で2が226人で一番多くて、3は38人しかいないですね。
We just do the
結構古いゲーム、1作目が2007年で、
mostly smooth
2作目これが2010年で、3が2012年なんで、まあ2、3年ごとに1作ずつの3部作です
melee
ね。
off a ledge trick, and this is going to involve a loading
そう
zone.
ですね、1作目、2作目は100人とか200人とかで、走者かなり多いですね。
So this method is consistent,
I
but
think
you're
that's
going to
fine,
see
but I can easily adjust myself.
safety save there, and if all goes well, she'll cross this gap like so, and skip having to go around a little bit and having some dialogue and such. So that's a nice little time save there. And then once again here, getting up in an elevator and getting to the next section.
Yeah, we really did mean it when we met Shepard's Spectre. Everything's good on my end. I just had to do like a sanity check there for the cane. Which,
Oh, and there's a bomb.
talk about.
Oh my god, you blew up that bomb.
Right in your own face, too.
Right in your own face. We're gonna,
で
we're
今
gonna be
走
doing
ら
more
れてい
bombs in
る
our own faces.
方が、この
Oh, hey, it's Garrett.
It's Garrus. Hey, buddy.
No One Left Behind ニューゲームプラスの世界
Also,
1位の方で、
in these sections,
世界1位の
there's
記
a
録
fair
は
amount of
1時間10分38秒。で、今回 EST が1時間18分なんで、結構
also watching where your
ギリギリな
squad
ラインに
mates are
設定してるん
looking
ですかね
for。knowledge of when where certain enemies are going to spawn
Okay,
in.
They went ham. Okay, I respect the play.
Yeah, but that's all fairly self-explanatory. So you do have time for another 2 or 3 donations.
Sure. We have a $50 donation from Sylvia S7. We have a $25 donation from the captain. And then we have a $25 anonymous donation. All with no comment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think that was really good. We'll see.
Yeah, it looked like all 4 of them died inside the building.
Yeah, so that was a really good
No more
pattern.
waves, right into this mech fight. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
So there's overload, then you take out the rest of the shield. Using the Matic here, this is the most effective assault rifle in the game. We also picked up an upgrade
カ
for
テ
that.
ゴリーの
That's
ノーワ
going
ン
to
レ
be
フトビ
applied
ハイ
on
ン
the
ドっていうのは
Normandies
実
to
績
just
で
get more damage.
ゲームクリア時
And
に、
same right
その
here.
実
Took
績
a
を
lot of
獲
damage,
得
but
するっていうの
using
が
Reeve to keep their health up.
カテゴ
Reeve
リールールみたいで
is
すね。
a really neat biotic ability. Lets you basically steal health from life or from enemy health and armor.
Yeah, it's very
実
effective
績の内容
against
は
barriers
採
like
用
Warp
した
is,
パーテ
which
ィー
is
メンバー
part of its
全員が
mechanics,
特攻作
and
戦を生き
armor,
残るでいいの
and
かな。
then the healing effect on top
まあ
of
そうい
it
った
is
実
just
績があっ
It's
て、それ
solid
を
nice,
達
yeah,
成す
there's
る
the
というの
mechanism
が
of
カテ
like
ゴリー
really
ルール
cool
とし
way.
て設定されています。
Yeah, the way this mission is structured, like there are 3 different groups, merc groups attacking, and the like cycle between which merc group is active, and each one assaults in a different way. And between them, you go talk to Garrus. He's like, "Wow, you're so cool," or "Oh my God, I'm getting shot so much."
ちゃ
Why?
んと
So this is
そ
Shutters.
の実
A
績
lot
獲
of
得
this is
に
pretty scripted.
関
It's
係の
just
ない
biotic charging at specific
キ
points
ャラク
and
ター
kind
を
of
救う必要はないって
staggering or
書いて
killing
ますね。
enemies that could damage you or slow you down. It's fairly self-explanatory. Like, you want to get to these shutters quickly so that you can start the closing process.
.これは本家の方が
Oh, that's
It's also
awkward.
it's also
本家の方がちょっと配信の方が一旦中断されているようですね。はい、ちょっと本家の方の配信が中断中なんですが、6時になりましたので、私の方、ここで司会進行が交代になります。引き続き RPG リミットブレイク2024お楽しみください。それでは失礼いたします。
はい、じゃあ、司会変わりまして、私、抱負が務めさせていただきます。よろしくお願いします。マスエフェクトに関しては、僕も知らないので、引き続きチャット欄の方でお助けいただけますようよろしくお願いします。完全に止まってもうたな。やっぱ本家の問題やから、どうしようもないですけど。じゃあ、そうですね。ゲーム一つ一つが長いんで、こういうところでもちょっと、イベント紹介でも挟んでいきましょうか。現在ジャパニーズリストリームでは RPG リミットブレイク2024の様子を公認で日本語ミラー配信しております。RPG リミットブレイク2024は RPG に対してフォーカスしたチャリティー RTA イベントで、RPG ばっかり集まるということで、一作ごとの時間が比較的長く、他ではなかなか見ないような作品が予定されていたりもします。今回のイベントはアメリカ・ユタ州のソルトレイクシティにある ダブルツリーバイヒルトンソルトレイクシティエアポートでのオフライン開催と、たまにオンライン参加のリモートランで構成されています。RPG リミットブレイク2024、今回も例年に引き続き、ナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネス、通称ナミを支援するためのチャリティー RPG イベントとなっております。ナミは、精神疾患を持つ方、その家族、心の不調や悩みを持つ方々を支えることを目的とした非営利団体です。特定のゲームには、まあ、お決まりですけども、寄付と関連してカテゴリーの変更、エンディングの選択等を予定されていたり、各項目ごとに設定された寄付金額を達成した際に行われます。また、寄付金額を表に見立てたビットボーでキャラクター名、選択肢などが決定されることもあります。寄付額に対する報酬は、URL でご覧になれます。で、直接の寄付が難しい場合、今回はイエティさんが RPG リミットブレイク2024コラボグッズを販売しておりますので、そちらを購入することで間接的な寄付も可能になります。イベントは、今日の早朝というか、未明に始まりまして、ここから1週間近くですね、26日の午後12時半。昼の方かな。ちょっと待ってくださいね。そうですね。26日、お昼の12時半ですね。まで昼夜とは行われます。スケジュールをご確認の上、ぜひ最後までお楽しみください。今の方が用意できてないんだ。栄唱しきったんですけど、戻ってきませんね。どうしましょう。そうそう。今回、RPG なんで、一作一作ごとに長いんで、司会の側が作品について知らないっていう状況になると、普段にも増してきついです。結構絵面が強烈なバグっていうのは、作品によりますけど、あんまりなかったりするんで、作品の性質上地道に効率的に進めるっていう流れに落ち着いた作品もそこそこあるんで、だから今、普段のイベント以上に作品について知ってる視聴者さんのお助けが重要になりますので、よろしくお願いします。でも、そうやな。作品の数で言うと、半分以上は解説の方入ってないんで。入ってないっつっても超有名作も多いんで、そこまで心配することもないのかもしれないですけど。ほんま戻ってけえへんな。大丈夫か？RPG はね、僕のゲーマー人生の中で、一番重要な作品が2本あって、星のカービィと世界中の迷宮なんです。世界中ね、一つ前の冬の RIJ で、やってくれたんですけど、 あんまり見ないですよね。初代から3まではね、乱数調整のやり方が発見されてて、RTA もおよそ1時間台で終わるのタイムが出てるんですけど、それ以降は、乱数調整も見つかってないというか、普通に遊ぶ上で乱数調整の需要がないんで、研究されてなくて、もっと言うと、そもそも RPG としてもボリュームがあって、まあ、どうかな。遊び方にもよるけど、50時間から100時間。アトラスの RPG 全般がボリューム多いですけど、戻ってくるかと思ったのにな。アトラスの RPG 全般がボリューミーなんですけど、そもそも長い方で、しかも、なんというか、あんまり早くクリアするっていう方向に行きがたいんですよね。ゲームデザイン的に。なんで、4以降はほんまに物好きがやるだけって感じ。いや、やってる物好きな方はいらっしゃるんですけど、4以降でも。何時間かかってたかな、なんか5時間から8時間とか、そんな感じやったような気がするな、タイムは。そんな感じなんで、RTA イベントであんま見ないんですよ。1年前。そうです。ちょうど1年前に、初代から3までのリマスターが、最新ハード各種で出たんで、最新ハード各種じゃないな、スチームとスイッチか。まあ、ぜひぜひ、とはいうものを世界中初めてやるなら4がおすすめなんですけど、そうね、うん。特に初代と2はね、だいぶ苛烈なゲームバランスしてるんで、初見では進めがたいところがゲームバランスが取れてないから、RTA がスムーズに進むって側面もあるっちゃあるんですけどね。ほんま戻ってけえへんな。大丈夫？そう。リマスターから入った方は3がおすすめです。3はね、まだ、こっち側に与えられた選択肢が多いのと、敵の側も、なんか許容してくれる戦法の幅が広いんで、なんというか、初見でフィーリングで決めたパーティーでも比較的最後まで通しやすい。まだ、うん。まあね。あとは、世界中の迷宮は前作、すごい充実した攻略サイトが用意されてるんで、まあそっちも参照していただけると。いや、ほんと、なんか前作あるんですよね。だいぶ充実した攻略サイトが。 帰ってこないな。世界中でももう初代が出たのが2006年やから18年かな。なんという、世界中に入ったのが4からなんですけど、なんというか、初代というか DS の3作が出たあたり、なんかそういえばピクシブとか見てるとなんか、ことのほか流行ったみたいなんですよ。なんというか、すごいなんか2000年代感を感じるイラストが結構たくさん出てきたりする。そういうのはね、帰ってこいけへんな、ほんま。新作出てほしいっすよね。まあ、オンラインにはなった。まだ真っそうっすね、本家。でも見てきましたけど。あ、そういえば、世界中絡みなんですけど、今回、イベントにも入ってまして、そろそろバージョンアップ版が出る新女神転生5。実は、ディレクターの方が、世界中ついこうずっとディレクターされてるコモリーさんで、あの、世界中っぽいなって思ったんですよ、あれ。なんかバランスの取り方、特に戦闘のバランスの取り方が、なんというか、スキルのバリエーションをちょっと増やす方向性とか、すごい世界中っぽいなって思ってて、スタッフロール見たら案の定小森さんの名前がディレクター欄にあって、だからあれ、世界中5、いや、メガテン5ね、あれ多分、がちょっと今後の世界中の UI を考える傍らで、その世界中のスタッフが結構参加してたんじゃないかって勝手に思ってるんですけど、スタッフローの名前じっくり見たわけでもないんですけど、映像は、えっと、どうなんでしょうか。てるはずなんですけどね。 よかったよかった。これは仕切り直しになった風味ですね。停電。大変やな。誰がホエールをどうしようか。喋ることはそんなにないな。そういえば、今回スケジュール上の注意点というか、なんですけども、EST の横にある準備時間というか、インターバルとして取られている時間がちょっと長めになっている作品がちょくちょくあります。30分とか40分とか。これは、何なのか、単純に準備に時間かかるのか、あるいは、伸びに伸びた時の保険なのか、ちょっと定かではないんですけども。なんというか、スケジュール上そうなってるので、場合によってズレが発生する可能性があります。というかその一作あたりが長いんで、どうしてもブレは大きくなります。ので、常にそのスケジュールとその進行状況は見ながら、ご視聴いただけると。 恐ろしいですよ。一番長くて、ペルソナ4ゴールデンの8時間55分かな ?EST で一番長いのは。続いて、長いのが幻想水湖伝2 8時間。ドラクエ4 7時間30分。多分その次がメガテン5、6時間30分。まあ。恐ろしく。幻想水湖伝は、これ、着8スタースって多分これ、何ですけど、108人仲間にできるんでしたっけ幻想水湖伝って。だから、ね、全部仲間にするとか、そういうカテゴリーなんじゃないかと思われます。
Welcome back, everybody. We had some technical issues. We had to do a little bit of recalibrating to get the run back up. But I think everything looks like it's ready to go. Okay, I got the green light. Go ahead, Sanjan. Take it away again.
いそうな予感がする
Alright,
ね。
hello everyone. I'm in the menu screen
あ、
because
お帰りなさい。戻ってきた。
we had to do some recalibrations on our side because Tally wasn't very happy that you know we use a rocket launcher on her, so she overloaded the tech. Shout out to the tech team for handling that fire. Tally, we told you we'll make it up to you soon, TM. I promise. Okay, so let's I paused. For those of you who just missed it, we're just closing shutters, so we could probably talk about like why we're playing our original version than Legendary Edition. But before that, let's start the countdown again on 3, 2, 1, go.
よし、グッドラックです。
Let's go.
We're back.
So, the question, like, why are we playing on this version and not Legendary Edition? It's pretty simple. Legendary Edition doesn't have a lot of the stuff that you can do in this version. So, elevators, I don't think you can do that. If it does, it functions differently and doesn't work in a lot of the places we use it here. As far as other glitches, many of those don't work as well. It has a speedrunning mod as well. So a lot of the cutscenes and such are going to be skipped and cut in a Mass Effect 2 Legendary run, which is nice. But it's pretty much entirely a glitchless run because of the way that the engine is different and maybe a couple changes they made.
Thanks, Chef. I think you're right.
All right. So now we've done 2 of those 3 merc groups. And here we have a giant flying thing that is trying to kill us.
Yeah. That said, I do highly recommend the Legendary Edition for casual play. It is excellent.
Yeah, one thing in the original edition is like ammo is pretty hard to find.
Yeah, the ammo game can be real frustrating, and I think it's much better in Legendary Edition.
Yeah, and some of those enemies, you might have noticed that Genta survived a little bit instead of being killed right away. That is to prevent a soft lock. And then down here,
We got a bit of
Sanjan can look at where the squad mates are looking, and that's where the enemies are going to come in.
Yep, and we've got a little bit of an auto-scroller here, which is a great time to talk about the cane, which is the giant weapon with that nuclear symbol on Sanjan's back that we are going to be using to end this mission. The cane is a heavy weapon. It is the heaviest weapon. It is so heavy that you really only get one shot with it. Each piece of heavy weapons ammo is 25% of that 100%, and it does a lot of damage. Here we're going to see Sanjan aiming it very precisely at that corner, and that is going to end the mission. Because it one-shots that boss. And Garrus is taking a nap. Lots of naps from our Mass Effect 1 friends. It's okay, they're very tired. It's been a long 2 years.
I think Garrus, after recalibrating all the tech, he's pretty tired.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it was a lot of work.
He brought us back from the brink, show Garrus some love.
You've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright, so now we are done with Omega. And then now we're pretty much kind of off to different galaxies. The main thing that we need to do is recruit our mandatory characters.
Yep. Now we're here for the first half, or the second half of Team Rocket. We already started with Jacob. We're here.
It's kind of like an inside joke to why I call them Team Rocket later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
But anyways, Jack is the person we're recruiting here. We need Jack for the final mission. Jack is a very powerful biotic, and you need a powerful biotic who trusts you for the final mission. We are going to be using Jack for that.
Yeah, the first bit of this is quite a bit of walking, but the last part is scary. So if you got 1 or 2 donations or something to say, now's the good time.
Yeah, then we can start talking about the mission once it gets interesting.
Well, let's talk about some of the things you can win if you put some donations in throughout the course of the first half of this week. For a minimum donation of $250, you could be entered to win a replica Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. If you do a minimum donation of $75, you could be entered to win a custom Game Boy Advanced SP. So if you're interested in any of those things, want to support the cause, and also have a chance to win something cool, get those donations in.
And if you want to see a picture of those prizes, those are all on the tracker, so you can go in there and have a look.
All right, so now we are back. It is once again going to be cane time. Beautiful thing about the cane, a couple beautiful things about the cane. It has a large AoE.
Very large.
We're going to see Sanjan taking advantage of that. Another beautiful thing about it is that even though it does a lot of damage to you personally, it actually cannot deal more damage. You have the little sort of purple shield thing and then your red health bar. If you have any amount of purple, it cannot break through the purple and get to the red, which is great because if it could, it would one-shot you every time we use it.
Yeah, so basically the main thing to make sure is that I'm not in red HP.
Yeah.
If I'm getting hit by the cane.
And that mech you don't have to kill, so the cane is used to kill the one that you do have to kill.
Yep.
And now this is the boss. Sanjan is going for a quick kill here, going to pump some shots in there, and then do a couple abilities.
That's
and then,
perfect.
nice.
Nice.
That was textbook.
Yeah, that was really good. He can walk around and kind of basically ruin your day. And if that happens, it's also not the end of the world. You just lose 10 to 15 seconds because you have to lower down the shield and then bop him again, and then you cry a little bit.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
You have got mail.
And then now we're pretty much just off to kind of grab our last mandatory squad mate.
Yep.
And then you'll kind of see an introduction of a fun new trick that we can do with the tactics menu. You saw me do that for Jack just because technically it's faster to not use it, but I personally do that for safety, and it just makes it a lot more manageable because I can kind of control where I aim, because if I don't do it, then my squad mates like to miss their attacks.
Yeah, so there are going to be a couple elevators here and a little bit of skipping, but in particularly the second little bit of it, there is a death trigger. So if that happens, you just die. Things like that exist out of bounds in places. So right here, that's fine. You just jump right over there, but now we're jumping down to another area where we really shouldn't be able to, but while in the tactics menu, that death plane is not active. So, cool.
Very neat. Also fascinating. All right, and other than that, we're going to be doing a lot of just sort of
First season of Shockwave, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Shockwave is a really fun ability. Basically,
really? He didn't get flung high enough? That's a mage.
did it hit him at all? It looked like he had full health.
I think it hit him, but it, like generally like he loses or like the Eclipse soldier loses a lot of HP when like they
Okay.
fly over the edge, which kills them. So that was unfortunate, but that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shockwave is particularly useful on lower difficulties because then there are a lot of enemies
Oh.
that do not have armor, shields, or
何が
barrier.
あった
Because Shockwave doesn't really do much against enemies that have any of those additional defenses.
Yeah. Here's our first bypass. We got this little puzzle. Sanjan needs to click the matching symbols. There is a time limit, but more important than that, we just want to be doing it fast. And
That wasn't a great layout. Hopefully, when there are later ones that have to be done within a particular amount of time,
Yeah, there's
more of a soft limit because of it depends on enemies.
yeah.
But yeah, that is random.
Yeah. There we see.
Yeah,
Sanjan
this
using-
area is like really scary because like everything like hits you for a lot.
Yeah, we were playing this game on the lowest difficulty, but as it happens, Mass Effect 2 is a cover shooter, and in cover shooters, you are supposed to stay behind cover and shoot. We are not doing that. That's slow, so we're instead running around, getting shot a lot, and then making liberal use of movement and healing abilities to stay alive, even out of cover, because even a cover shooter on lowest difficulty, or even on lowest difficulty in a cover shooter, if you are running through enemies, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, it doesn't do so well with the run and gun kind of Doom style of gameplay.
Yeah, that's just really not what the series is about. Unless you're playing a Vanguard in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, the nice thing about Vanguard is that you recover your shield, but like even then it's just gonna sail down like really quick.
Yeah. All right, here both our squad mates have died, which is a little sad, or would be if it weren't the case that there's a trigger that we will hit that will just auto-revive them. Yep, now they're back. Everything's fine. It's
Yeah,
like-
we also don't need them for this part.
And
Yeah.
there are two bosses down here. There is a mech and a boss character that you have to kill. So Sanjan is going to start charging here. And once the door is open, before they have a chance to get away, separate from each other, which they do pretty quickly, the cane shot is already going and blowing up, and that's the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, there are so many times when it's just we don't even see the enemies because we know where they'll be, and we also have a tactical nuke, and that's a combination that can be very powerful for us.
Yeah, it's not actually a nuke, technically. If you read the in-game description of it, it just functions like one for non-radioactive purposes.
Thanks, Mass Effect technology.
Because really, it's just a mass driver that is very
Oh.
powerful.
Why did they put the radiation symbol on it? I mean, it's fun and aesthetic. I guess that's why.
Yeah, I
Alright.
would guess so.
Well, here we are going to talk to Tim and doing a bunch of ship errands, which is a good time for some donations if you have any.
Shepard, I think we have them. Horizon, one of our colonies in the Terminus systems, just went silent.
Okay, looks like there's some communication going over there. But yeah, we do have some time for the host to speak about various things and stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple seconds, or just like probably about 30, 45 seconds of us just walking around, and then we'll explain the Horizon.
Okay, let's get in some donations. We have a $10 donation from One Free Fits that says, "It's me, One Free Fits again, hanging out in the check station, loving the Mass Effect 2 run. I know it's not Octopath Traveler 2, but can I get a yeehaw, anyone?"
Yeehaw!
Oh, there you go. If I had modding skills, I would I mod a hat on
Ooh. Oh, that would have been good.
Shepard, but I think it's difficult to do in this engine.
Still some time?
You can do one more donation.
Okay. We have a $10 donation from Remy Toast Haste. Says, "Hi, Aiko. Looking good up there. Just wanted to show support for my bestie, Gal Pal, providing color commentary as long as the color is blue. You're doing a great job.
浮いとる浮い
I
とる
hope you're all having a great time on the run. Is there a Kiss Garrus % category for this game?"
I guess there could be a category extension made.
Yeah. There's one for like games like Dragon Age.
Garrus deserves it, I think.
壁登りはスムーズや
Is
な
going to be a slightly different skip. It's still an elevator, but this one in particular involves the loading, and then Sanjan is going to have to stay towards the left here in order to keep the areas loaded that we want loaded. And this is going to skip this whole section. You can see there's basically no combat up until this point where there's going to be some, because you can't skip this. And then we're also going to see here the first and only example of the hacking minigame. This can be very fast, or it can not. So let's see how this goes.
Looking good so far, but
Go to 3.
Oh, nice.
That's actually really
that's
good.
very good.
That's a good one. So it can go on for a long time, not giving you the things that you need.
It's also how programming works in real life.
Yeah,
Can
totally.
confirm. All right, and here we're going to meet our good friend Harvey.
He likes to assume direct control of things, and we find that annoying because, you know, we're like supporters of freedom and stuff. So yeah, we persuade him with Reeve and bullets and things like that to you know, try another time.
Maybe chill a little bit.
He's trying to assume direct control of the speed run.
We don't want that.
We
We
do
want to
not.
remain in control because we want to go fast. We know how to go fast. We don't think he does. We don't trust him.
And I think he just wants to try to assume direct control by interesting methods.
Yeah, all right. Hello, Harvey. Goodbye, Harvey. All right, and if you played this section casually, you may be wondering, how do they deal with the giant boss with the horrible lasers? You may also not be wondering. The answer is Kane.
When in doubt.
When in doubt, Kane.
When in doubt, Kane. You might also be wondering how we keep having full ammo for this weapon. There is a bit of a glitch. This is why we have autosave off. We just get our Kane ammo back at the end of every mission.
Yeah, it has to do with the way the game updates the values, and by saving or not in particular places, you can kind of trick the game into thinking that you didn't use all of your ammo. So you just get it again.
Yep. We see Sanjan equipping the Kane again because at the end of that mission you get the collector particle beam, and it's like, oh, obviously you want to use this cool new heavy weapon. No, you wait, we want to use the Kane.
No.
All right.
Nope. And then so thanks to everyone for donating to meet this awesome incentive. We're going to have a happy ending, folks.
Yep. And to have a happy ending, we need to do some loyalty missions. But first, we're going to go recruit Tally.
Yeah, so Tally is required for one of the ship upgrades. Otherwise, someone dies during the final mission if you don't get all of the upgrades. Jacob and Garrus have the other two. And here...
I'm just going to walk normally.
This is really
There's-
precise,
there-
and I mess it up a lot in practice.
There's a lot of sun... your shields are
どうした
overloading.
That's fine.
You're-
Winnable.
You're in the sun. Are you sure about this?
It seems fine.
Ooh,
Yep.
I'm out of the sun now.
Well,
What sun?
yeah, this is all fine.
This
Yeah.
is just another day in the. Just another day in the.
The life of Commander Shepard.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that skips a little bit of plot and dialogue and such. This next one is going to skip past this door here, and then there's going to be another one, a little section of out of bounds that is going to skip past the majority of the mission, which is basically getting some explosives and fighting some geth. And, then you have to blow up this door that you're going to see in a moment. You can see it right now, actually. And that takes time. Quite a bit of time.
Trevor doesn't have
actually.
time for that. She was a Spectre, so I mean she's taking Spectre to a literal degree.
The strong, independent woman and needs no walls. And
They're just
respects no
suggestions
walls.
anyway.
Yeah. I had the. I just had to sanity check myself because if I like
It's
messed
right there
up
on
a
your
save
back.
somewhere,
Yep.
then
No, I saw you re-equip the
yeah,
Kane.
you swapped to it.
yeah. Yeah, don't worry. This is just another day in the life of.
Yeah. Normal, weird, not at all Shadow Realm. Yep, and we're back in the level. Never left it, really.
Yeah.
If you think about it. If you think about it, like exactly the right amount. All right,
This
there's a
is
Geth
scary
Prime
part.
here. Big.
Where are you going, buddy?
Come on, buddy. We're gonna say hi, and then we're gonna say bye. Please shoot our squad mates instead of us.
Looks like that's what the Prime
Yep.
is doing. So
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Otherwise, it hurts a lot.
Yeah. Geth Prime, big Big robot with big guns. Of course.
Speaking of big robot,
Yeah.
we've
we're
got
gonna
a
get the Colossus.
even bigger.
Yeah, so this Geth Colossus here is trickier to get to with a charge than it looks like. You have to kind of pop out of cover. Now just going to hide behind there and use the AoE to do the work, because otherwise it will damage you and the cane shot will be lethal to both of you, which we don't want.
Hi, Tally.
All right. It's okay, bestie. We'll make up for our transgressions.
Right, I guess we're even now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We got her. She got us. Fair is fair. I mean, we were offline for a lot longer than she was, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Come on.
definitely, like 2 years plus now.
All right. So there's going to be a lot of kind of like filler content here. Basically, we're just doing a whole bunch of chores, like grabbing loyalty missions, waking up our friendly neighborhood Krogan here. So if you got anything, this is literally a really good time. You got about a minute and a half.
Sure, we have some donations to read. We have a $25 donation from Agathos Sophos that says, Nyom. We have an anonymous $25 donation. We have a $5 donation from Plush Mayhem, no comment. We have a $120 donation from Doe Wolf that says, barrier status, gotten over.
Thank you.
If you got more,
Surely.
literally there's lots of filler content right here. So
Sure, no, we do have some more. We have a $20 donation from Wandering Mind that says, RPG limit break starting on my birthday. Couldn't ask for anything more. Glad I can catch it this year. I'm Wandering Mind, and this is my favorite speedrunning marathon on the Citadel.
We actually don't go to the Citadel this entire run.
Nope.
yeah, fun fact. We
No
do
one
go
will.
to the Citadel in any percent.
Yeah.
That's a grab Kasumi.
Yep.
We have a $5 donation from Geister Carl. It says, RPG limit break is always a highlight of the year. Thanks for all those great RPGs.
Chef surprise again. Come on, Rupert.
Yeah.
ブレイクの
We have to grab
RPG
this
って言い
upgrade
ま
from
した。
Garrus because if we don't, well, it'll unlock his loyalty mission soon, and we
ま
cannot
さしくですよね。
upgrade
ブレイク
it,
の
and we will
RPG。
probably cry because his loyalty mission is actually quite a bit slower.
Yeah, not only do you have to do the Citadel and do some stuff there before you even get to it, it's not the fastest
Yeah.
mission.
It's very long.
If you are interested in seeing it, however, there is a category called All Loyalty Missions. So look that up if you want to see what a bit more of a completionist run looks like.
In all loyalty missions, do you do all the loyalty missions?
You should.
Okay.
Ideally, yes. But before that, we've got kind of like a. So basically, in order to be able to kind of like unlock the next big mission, which is the collector ship, you kind of have to do like a total of 5 missions. So some of these thrown into here are like filler missions. Like this one, for example, is a filler mission that's just really quick, and it's also on the way of Jacob's loyalty mission.
Yep.
We're gonna ignore this mechanic of beating them up and just open the door because.
Yep.
Charge is a great ability.
Charge is so good. Like, even casually, if you have not played through these games as a Vanguard, highly recommend picking up the Legendary Edition and trying it because it is so fun. You just
Vanguard is, I have to say, the most fun class to play.
Yeah.
Although Infiltrator is also pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I've played a bunch of Infiltrator, but Vanguard, they're both so good.
And I wish Adept was more effective on
Yeah.
higher difficulties, but alas.
Yeah.
Because it has some abilities that are just like effectiveness away from being really fun.
Yeah. All right, and now we're going to, this is our first instance of traveling between systems like this, and it uses fuel. We are actually going to strategically use fuel and run out, because that gets you towed back to the mass relay in the system. But for now, we are going here to do Jacob's loyalty mission. The theme of this mission is that Jacob's dad is not a very good person.
Yeah. So I will say real quickly that if you're wondering why a couple times Sanjan has left a system and then gone right back in the system, it's because whenever you enter a system, you go to a specific point. So sometimes it's faster where the game loads you to, instead of going to where you want to go in the system, to leave it, come back, and just be put right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's an interesting application of quick save, quick load. When I spam the dialogue wheel after quick loading, then it kind of like deloads like a cutscene, as you saw. Like generally, like you see that lady in that cutscene, but we kind of skipped it.
Yeah, it's similar to delaying tactics like that in Mass Effect 1, but it's I guess a little closer to the buffers in the KOTOR games, another BioWare staple, because you don't have to load a new save after like you do in Mass Effect.
Shoot, I did not mean to. That was definitely really bad. So so what I did here was I forget the command to kind of like go back to the. Yeah, so this game is a little jank.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the command to go back to the menu, so I'm gonna have to kind of like restart the game here. Unfortunately, I'm in full screen, so as you see here, I'm pretty much stuck. So
yeah, this
will give us a it's sort of a weird soft lock that can happen.
Yeah. All right.
So just give us a moment, and then let me restart the game. It will be pretty quick. Apologies, but this is sort of like the Mass Effect bingo.
Yeah, the PC ports are far from perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Well, why don't we take a minute to talk about some stuff? Did y'all know that RPG Limit Break had launched a new merchandise store?
Just go ahead.
From hoodies to coffee mugs to even fanny packs, you're sure to find your new favorite RPG Limit Break branded gear. And the best part is, all proceeds from our merchandise sales go directly towards funding RPG Limit Break, so we can continue to bring you the awesome live events every year. To visit our online store, please visit www.store.rpglimitbreak.com.
これはどうしましょう。
We have some donations that came through. We have a $10 donation from Vengeful Blade Upon Thee. All I have to say is, my nomination for Warrior's Name in Dragon Quest III is going to shock the world, because it is none other than Shockmaster. We have a $50 donation from Smitty Llama that says, amazing start, seeing two great games absolutely blown open with great commentary. And now Mass Effect 2, really looking forward to this week. And I think we're actually ready to go back to the run, so let's throw it back over.
All right, we're back. I just had to restart the game. I hit the bingo because like if I kind of like press too many buttons while like that's playing, then the game can soft lock. It's a great PC port.
Yeah. Technology, it's good.
If we're good on timer, let's just start again in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, again, I recommend Legendary Edition for casual play.
I have to say though, it is more
There's
time
a price
on this
we
planet.
pay for really funny looking glitches. It's jank stuff like this.
Yeah. If
But
you can't handle her at her soft locking, you don't deserve her at her wall clipping.
That makes sense to me.
Good.
You better be friendlier than the beach. I need answers.
I don't have any words to say for that. Okay, we did it.
All right, first try.
We beat the game.
Well, when in doubt,
At its own,
Kane.
when in doubt, Kane. So this is like a very dangerous part here, like you'll see kind of coming up later. Oh, come on.
It can be really finicky. Of course it explodes.
Yeah.
It can be really finicky to get the biotic charge to work. The programming around that is not perfect on any version of the game. It's a little better on Legendary, I think, but that might just be me not playing the game in a while.
It's also just sort of like kind of a hard problem. Just like the thing they want to do is like make it so that if you can see an enemy and also mumble, then you can charge to them.
Yeah, basically have line of effect
Yeah.
is what you would call it in RPG terms.
Yeah, I'm basically just waiting here because there's going to be a really precise Kane shot.
Yeah.
It's really scary because, oh, rip Jacob.
Yeah. We do.
I did not want those credits, but sure.
Those free 0 credits. All right, we'll get that Kane shot off and.
So it's very easy to get inside that blast while you have no shields because of the setup of this area. But Jacob is back because you need him to be conscious to speak with his dad here.
Yep.
But yeah, that's his loyalty mission, so he is now loyal.
Yay.
I also had to delay doing that because you can get stuck in this cutscene. The game's just not designed for Shepard doing all these vector tricks and going way too fast.
Yeah. That won't stop.
All right, so
Commander, you've received a new
so after this, we finish Jacob's loyalty mission. We're gonna do another loyalty mission on the way here. We're gonna do Jax because she is a really good biotic. Will
And
do the job.
yep.
Yeah, you need certain characters with certain tasks that they're good at to be loyal during the final mission. Otherwise, you will lose people. And the whole point of the No One Left Behind is you don't have to recruit everyone, but everyone you recruit has to survive.
Yeah. And the 3 characters we're going to be using for that, and thus the 3 characters we're going to be making loyal, are Jacob, Jack, and Tally. Our good friend Tally. Please don't shut our stream down again, Tally.
Tally, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's all right. We'll get you exonerated in a little bit.
すっごい抜けて
So
るけど
here's a pretty cool quick save, quick load strat here.
Noom.
Just deload the plane and
Now we're in the floor. On the floor.
you know just a little bit of good old Spectre powers here. That
Yeah.
we're kind of like doing here.
There isn't a whole lot of combat here. There will be a cane shot just because there are a couple strong enemies there, and it's quick. And
We
you
got the
have it.
cane. Yeah, we got
Why
the cane
not?
shot. Why not use it?
Exactly.
Sharing is caring.
But otherwise, it's mostly just going to be kind of running around doing a little bit of very basic stuff. So if you want to take it away, RJ, go right ahead.
Surely, we have a $10 donation from Elusive Man. It says,
Bye, Timmy.
I am help fund this endeavor. I am not evil. Donation towards Shepard's, in parentheses, runner choice. I trust she will do what is right. And then we have a $10 donation from Cairo that says, don't got much to give, but I'll share what little I have to spare. Good luck this week.
Oh.
Thank you so much for your donations.
I feel like
Any amount helps.
Absolutely.
I'm a dangerous bitch, but then I'm a little girl again.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Jack is doing some emotional processing here. This is the facility that did horrible unethical medical experiments on her.
That's why she hates Miranda.
And also why she wants to blow this place up.
Yeah, that's the mission. We're coming here and we're doing emotional processing via a large yield explosive.
If you really want to think about loyalty missions, it's just Shepard being everyone's therapist.
It kind of is.
Yeah, but like the kind of therapist who like hears about your like really horrible actions, like, can we put a hit on that guy?
And then you solve all these problems with, let's fix those problems,
Yep.
one way or another.
You solve your problems with explosives.
Just use the cane.
Just use the cane.
Don't tell me how to deal with my past.
Also, there's going to be a really hilarious looking cutscene. This is kind of a result of the speedrun mod because the speedrun mod removes movies, and but it doesn't like remove like the kind of like the length time itself.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
These,
So
like-
you're going to see this like hilarious.
Yeah, so like there's a
moments.
pre-rendered video that isn't here and doesn't play, but there's in-game like character models moving around, and so we're just going to see very funny things when that happens, especially with the character's eyes. Like, hello, hello.
We've all seen
It gets
better
really
days.
funny with Joker
Oh
later.
my God, Joker's eyes. All right, and Jack is now loyal. We did it.
Yeah, we fixed her problems. Like we fixed Jacob's problems, and then soon Tally's problems.
We're going to fix so many problems. I mean, really just 3 problems.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
3 is a number that can be so many.
Game, stop telling us where you want us to go. We're going where we want to go.
Yep. And now we see our fuel is down to 384.
So we're gonna do this last like kind of filler mission. If you blink, you'll miss it, basically.
Oh, this it's so funny though. All right. Sometimes you will see Sanjan just pick Garrus instead of Morden. This is when we don't actually care about the mission. All right. So this mission is there's some mechs destroying crates. We want to stop them. We have stopped them.
That's all it took. I mean,
And all the crates survive.
Yeah.
They are explosive resistant, but
Yeah.
not impact resistant.
Yeah,
apparently.
they're weak to mech. And we are a biotic. All right, now we are going to run around into the Normandy, and this is to activate the next major mission, which is the collector ship. First half of which is a bit of a wander around auto scroller.
Yeah, before that, let's, I guess, like, casually, like, after this, there's gonna be one mission that, like, once you kind of, like, trigger that story mission, then, like, you're kind of, like, on a race against time, so generally, like, casually, tip-wise, like, once you do this mission, they'll generally say you should do, like, all the other missions that you can, and then finish that said mission, so...
We're going to go right from one to the other.
Yep. We're basically doing a bare minimum to kind of save our crew, but in the meantime, if you have anything you want to say for like a minute or so, like 2 or 3 little things you want to say, you got some time. It's just whole W simulator.
Okay, well, let's start off with a donation. We have a $100 donation from Wells. It says, just once, I'd like for someone to say, yes, certainly, I'll help you save the galaxy. Just let me go grab my stuff.
That's Tally.
Yeah, that is Tally.
And then let's just take a moment to acknowledge the community artists who designed the RPG Limit Break logo. We have LLK and Mega Wheeze and It's Casa, who are responsible for designing several of the emotes, which you can access by subscribing to RPG Limit Break's channel. All revenue from subscriptions, bits, and the ads we run contribute to funding our annual marathons. And your support in this regard is critical to helping us put on these wonderful events year after year.
Way beyond coincidence.
And here we have the revelation that this very ship is the one that destroyed the original Normandy and the original Shepherd in the intro that we skipped.
God, I love the way Morden talks sometimes.
Yeah, it's very the way Solarian dialogue in general and Morden in particular dialogue. It's just very stilted in terms of like the word choice, and there's like still a decent amount of emotion, and it's very fun. Here we're going to have another one of those kill plane skips, and this skips a huge auto-scroller portion of the mission.
Yeah, there are a bunch of platforms that would fly in, and they'd all have enemies, and you'd have to kill all those enemies. Then you'd have to run around a little bit. There we go. There's the drop. But yeah, this is all planned, and you can see the cane shot charging. So once again, there was a Praetorian there.
Yeah.
And you can see it dissolving a little bit, but that's it. You don't really get a good view of the Praetorians in the speed run.
It's not in my canon.
Yeah, the Praetorian who we're just firing that cane for fun.
It's not in your cannon. It's in the area of effect of your cannon.
Yeah. There's a lot of like puns going around.
All right, yeah, and
hey, we can do things right around here sometimes.
You should Chat, you should donate for all these Mass Effect funds. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Can't target them.
Donations are effective.
Yeah, donations are super effective.
Massively so, you might say.
You might.
Also, we encountered our first Scion there. They're very overtuned, even in casual difficulty, and pretty soon we'll be seeing a lot of them, and it's very scary, and I hate it.
Yeah, they are all armor, which means we can't use biotic abilities that disrupt them or like apply physics to them, like pull or shockwave. And they will one-shot your shields with their really obnoxious railgun-like attack. And they're really ugly. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Do not like how they look.
The vibes are not there.
Yeah, the vibes rancid.
You know, I think in a speedrun contest, Shepard would just decide everything based on A, speed, and then B, vibes.
Yeah. Just like in real life.
All right, so we are off to probably the most scariest mission. And that's because of one trick that I will do, and I'll note it, but I will need kind of like silent time for that, because it is hardware dependent and the timing is slightly different, and if I don't get that, I basically kind of like lose like 15-20 seconds. But hopefully we'll get that, but we're pretty much off to kind of like we got a signal for this derelict Reaper here, and then we're pretty much sent off to investigate. And this is the mission I mentioned where like you kind of want to make sure everything's like settled before you do this mission. Also enjoy the weird Joker being weird.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a lot of that real soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Shepard.
All the chop, Joker.
Doing my best. The wind's gusting to 500 kph. There's a second ship alongside the Reaper. It's not transmitting any IFF, but the radar paints its silhouette as Geth.
I guess we know why the science team stopped reporting in.
But you can't just assume it was Kath.
What just happened?
The Reaper's Mass Effect fields are still active. We just passed inside their envelope.
I don't know.
There it is.
It's so much.
Eye of the hurricane. And it just shows his eyes. Thanks.
So I'll explain really quickly what Sanjan is about to try to do. So there is a later section of the level after this initial bit that normally you have to do a little bit of stuff to open a door for. Instead, we're going to head right up there and go around, and then Sanjan is going to attempt to jump off a ledge, and then with particular timing between two death planes that are pretty close together, actually, bring up the menu and load the area in. And if all goes well, you still have to survive the next section because you don't have a save there. No autosave. And I'll be quiet.
Okay,
Nice.
perfect.
All right.
Okay, so again, it's not over. There are a bunch of scions and other sorts of husk type enemies here, and so it can be a bit perilous. But Sanjan is going to progress up here. There's going to be an area where there are two scions right by the last door of this area. And the safe thing to do is to kill both of them.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, getting
It's mostly
shields
just a
back,
time
that's good.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's not as bad. Getting staggered by these husks is really bad.
And of course it happens.
Yeah, I will try to go for the quick kill depending on...
Yeah, we'll see. Alright.
Okay, I think hopefully it'll distract them enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do this.
Alright. And
Okay.
we're good.
Nice.
Good
Okay.
job, Sanjan.
If you want a round of applause,
Yeah.
that's definitely one to
Yeah.
give a round of applause on.
That is probably the hardest part of the run right there. And then now we just go to the side so no husks get in our way and cane the core.
Yep. It's got one big health bar, and we have one big weapon. And that ends the mission.
I think we need
I didn't sell Legion. I'll just stay deactivated, which
Yeah.
again, I'm sorry to the Legion fans.
Yeah, not selling, not activating.
Yeah.
It takes time to do either of those things.
Yep. We will see him briefly T-posing them, really.
Why did I go here? So now I'm gonna do grab a Tally's loyalty mission here.
And then the ship upgrade. Oh, right, no, not
No,
yet.
the
Yeah.
ship upgrade's like very last.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So a little fun clip here that you can do to get us to the elevator. Now we're gonna help her out, and hopefully she won't overload the tech again. Or
Please, please, Tally.
The game. Please have mercy on us, Tally.
All right, and now we are out of fuel, and that will just sort of tow us here, right?
Yep.
We'll buy a little bit on the way out, but for now we're going to the migrant fleet. I'm gonna go say hi to.
Say hi to the flotilla. So there's going to be an interesting variant of the skip that you saw like on Jacob's loyalty mission. It's going to skip like a 2-minute cutscene, and if I don't get it, I'm just going to sit there and...
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit there like with, and we'll all enjoy cutscene %.
Yeah. Wait, is it flotilla? I thought it was flotilla, like tortilla.
I don't
Maybe
know.
if you're
Maybe Chad can donate to tell us.
maybe if you're
what-
Spanish or Mexican.
Maybe Chad can donate to us.
I mean,
tell us,
wait, are you
what
saying
it
that if you're
sounds
not
like.
Spanish, you should say it tortilla? Is that the claim here?
Maybe.
Okay. I can stand by that. I like my.
I mean,
a good tortilla.
we have nachos.
We do have nachos. I'm always saying nachos.
And instead of burritos,
So I guess I'll show
burritos.
something real quick. Since we have a moment here, I skipped a whole bunch of cutscenes, and now they're just sitting there in the line. Or in the crowd. That's basically all I wanted to say.
All right, cool. And now we're going to get to actually start the mission. Now that we've heard what's up is that Tally's father is posthumously accused of bad Geth-related activity.
Yeah, essentially experimenting with live geth, which is dangerous and illegal for Koreans to do.
Yeah.
I guess one fun thing I'll probably mention them is like I kind of like did a quick save there. I did it mainly just like save my position, so that I always start with the AR.
Can't reach.
And we're just gonna pretty much gonna quickly run through it. And I did say I was gonna make it up to Tally. You know, she's been through a lot.
Yeah. And
Or
she's about to go through a bit more.
Yeah. And then we're gonna switch to Kane here.
Yeah, the next actual shot is going to be Kane, but here Tally
I mean,
finds
if I
her
press
father.
if you press like the left mouse button, it will skip this cutscene. So I had to make sure I not do
Yeah.
that.
We gotta give her a hug. Oh.
Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry.
Make sure you give your loved ones or people that you love a hug, gamers.
Gotta support people when they need it.
Yeah.
So you just use the cane there because it's faster.
God, I love the cane.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It is extremely busted in this game, and rightfully enough, they nerfed it in Mass Effect 3.
Sounds like the hearing is already.
I think they made it to like a bonus type of weapon. Also, I'm doing the most hardest trick, which is making sure I don't click the wrong dialogue.
Yeah. So at the end of Tally's loyalty mission, you go to the trial and present evidence, or don't present evidence. Tally, in fact, begs you not to present the things that you found, and if you do it anyways, she doesn't get exiled, but she is so mad at you, you effectively fail the loyalty mission, and she will not be loyal. And that would be very, very bad, because we need her.
Yeah, so you have to pick the persuade option, and the persuade option for the good version instead of the intimidate version with Renegade. The Paragon version is faster, so we use Paragon.
Yeah.
So we're inching really close to the final mission here. I'm going to fuel up because we are out of fuel Reno. And then the final mission we're doing is just pretty much a really easy kind of filler mission.
Yeah.
So that
And it's
like
near
really,
Omega.
Yeah.
Which is important because the collector base is reachable through the spooky Omega 4 relay. It's just a special relay here, and we have discovered that its purpose is to as transport to the collector base in the center of the galaxy.
This elevator's a little precise.
Yep. We're just gonna.
So I don't remember what you have to exactly do in this mission. You have to go through a bunch of stuff, but we're just using our Spectre powers for the powers that may be, and we're just going to.
Yeah, there are basically a couple sections where you have to fight, and then you're able to open the next door. But once you get to the end,
it's
the
over.
mission ends.
Yep.
So that's all you got to do.
Yep. And now.
We're pretty much very near the end, and there's going to be kind of like lots of content. And when I mean content, I mean things that anything that RG wants to say. If you got anything to say, donations, anything. We're doing the section where
there's going to be a lot of plot that we can't skip here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I have lots of content. I have a $25 donation from Miria. It says, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite speedrun marathon on the Citadel.
Meow.
And then I have a $10 anonymous donation that says, Joker, look with your special eyes.
Oh, we're about to get some incredible special Joker eyes.
Yeah, pay attention.
We're going to have a moment with Joker.
All right.
And his special ear.
何をしてるの?
There's just another day in the Milky Way galaxy. I mean, what do they call it? Not Andromeda, but
No, this is the Milky Way, right? Yeah, this is the Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes place in the Milky Way.
Yeah. This is just another day in the Milky Way galaxy.
There's a game in another galaxy? Sorry. Oh, wait, that's all right. Mass Effect Galaxies.
Right.
Thinking emoji. I
so-
like the first half of Andromeda.
So basically, like, we play as him because they've devised plot. Like, it doesn't make sense to, like, have all your squad mates, like, just leave on some kind of random thing. But, you know, I guess they have to throw some plot in there. So So if you got anything to say, anything more, RJ, you got another minute and a half of content.
Sure. Let's talk about Nami a little bit. Did you know that roughly 1 out of 5 Americans live with mental health condition? Sorry. We at RPG Limit Break are proud to be raising money for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, a charity that works tirelessly towards cracking the code of mental illness through various means such as education, leadership, and increasing the availability of care. Please join RPG Limit Break in supporting this incredibly worthy cause.
I do really like that, like, normally when you, like, move between loading screen, or move between
Hi,
zones on the
Kelly.
Normandy. Hi, Kelly. What you see is, like, the loading screen that just shows the elevator going up and down, but in these Joker sections, you see this, like, little red line tracing the path that Joker is taking through the ship.
Hi,
It's
Legion. Legion's T-posing.
Legion's over there
everybody.
T-posing. Hi, Legion. Bye, Legion. I love
Sorry,
you, Legion.
I don't know what's going on with my throat there.
It's very dry here.
It's a very specific timing on the throat tickles too.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, there we see, like, Joker crawling through.
Yeah, so basically, plot-wise, what also happens here is that, like, Edie's kind of, like, bound, like, AI thinking programming to, like, Timmy and Cerberus, but Edie kind of, like, there's a certain part where just, like, they unlock the programming and Edie becomes a sentient AI.
Yeah, she's like an experimental sentient AI, and, like, she is, like, she is normally prevented from, like, actually accessing the ship's controls directly. She's just there to advise. But the thing that they do here to get through this sort of crisis is to give Edie direct control, and she messes with the ship systems and it gets everyone else out. This is also sort of like the sort of turning point between the formerly totally antagonistic relationship between Joker and Edie. They sort of start becoming friends, and that continues through Mass Effect 3, and I think it's very adorable.
Send a message to Shepard Shuttle.
There's a lot that happened.
Message away. Are you feeling well, Jeff?
And he's able to talk really well without moving his lips.
No.
Better than me.
It's good. It's good for Edie to be showing what it looks like to provide support to a friend. You know, it's important. You gotta check in with your peeps
Yeah.
after they've gone through horrifying trauma.
Yeah, also, I guess one thing to note, if you're wondering why Joker, let me grab the shielding here before I forget, is he has, what do you call it? Muscle
I don't remember the name of it, but it's
he has a degenerative muscle.
bone. It makes his
bone, okay.
bones brittle.
Oh, he has
brittle bone.
It's a thing that really isn't survivable with our current medical technology, but in the future.
In the future, they have Mass Effect bones.
All right, so now we're pretty much on the final mission. There's a lot of mechanics that we kind of had to discuss. We had to buy those 3 upgrades because if we don't have it, people start dying, and that's a no bueno because we're trying to save everyone here. It's no one left behind, and there's a really long, complicated process on who dies, etc. That like it's beyond my own thinking.
Too close.
All right.
So each of these games are kind of like doing a check like on certain ship upgrades. So I think this one is like for Jacob's upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's one for shields, one for hull, one for gun.
Yep.
And there's a little mini boss here that we face.
Take us in for a closer look.
There's a few tricks, fun tricks here, but otherwise, we got our best friend here to take care of it.
Yep. We got that new plating.
We got the other usual best friend, our BFF Kane.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, John.
So there's a whole flow chart you can check if you want that explains the mechanics of the final mission here. It is very complicated. We're just kind of glossing over a lot of it, but suffice it to say it's routed for you to get the best possible, fastest possible loyalty missions, the fewest possible loyalty missions, and beat the game.
Yep. All right, so here we have this 2-part boss fight against the Oculus Rift. Sanjan was standing in a very specific spot, so the Oculus's laser just would not hit them, and that she could also shoot back. You cannot kill the Oculus in your first time fighting it, so you just want to get it below a health gate, and then it leaves the ships. We get some more cutscenes, then we go back, and we saw Sanjan switch to the cane so that they would have it ready for saying hello
And yeah, one thing to note is that this is this is pretty much where you have to plan the mission here. So I'm gonna say after this fight is the last call for donations because there's gonna be a lot going on.
Oh yeah,
at
the final mission is
portion here.
it's so much. All right, hello Oculus. Goodbye Oculus.
Yep, and that's basically it for the fight. So you've got like a minute and a half or so for like any last minute calls or
donations.
We have a $10 donation from Voxandra with no comment. Thank you so much. And while we have a little bit of time, why don't we talk about some of the upcoming incentives for some of the upcoming runs? There's still an opportunity to pick the name for the main character of Romancing Saga, Minstrel Song. We have Kingston sitting at $16, so if you want to influence that run, pick a name. Feel free to throw in a donation towards that. We also have some donation incentives to pick crewmates in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. You can choose the language for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Oh, I love Fantasy.
Fantasy.
It's okay. Shout out to the host shout out to RJ for doing a great job hosting so far.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness, thank you.
Even though Tally and Garrus were messing with the tech a little bit too much. Shout outs to RJ for working through it.
Yeah, thank you RJ.
Joker, you need to get the ship back online. Miranda, gather
Couldn't do it
everyone else
without
ready to
you.
go. We need a plan.
All right, so this is where we pick pretty much who's going to be heading the part. This first part, we need a tech and a leader. Our tech guru will be Tally. Our leader will be Jacob.
Yeah, you need one of each loyal. As far as leaders, your other option is Garrus, and he is not loyal, so Jacob is the pick. And for tech, your other option is Legion, who is still in cold storage. So.
Yeah, then there's Kazumi, but her loyalty mission is 10 minutes long, and it's the worst loyalty mission ever, even though it's great casually.
It is a lot of fun casually, but I can imagine the speedrun being a little.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very scary because it crashes a lot, and the final fight is really scary.
Yeah.
And really
so
precise.
here you have to go, and Tally her path will be blocked in a few different points, so you're gonna have to stop and open the various blockages in the way. You can see there's one right ahead there. So.
And there, she's stuck.
Just gotta
Sanjan will
open it.
just Sanjan. Sanjan will open it.
You walked right past it.
Sanjan, our specialist, is a danger. Sanjan.
You can
See, I saved Tally, so she has to, kind of believe in me. I know, like, we kind of had a rocky, speedrun friendship, but, she's just got to trust.
All right, well, there's a vent right there. You're going to hit that one, right? You're going to help. Sanjan,
I have to stall there for a second, and that's, like, time waste.
Oh, okay, well.
We don't want steamed quarry in here. Come on. Help her out.
That'll be fine.
Well, maybe the bar going down is the danger. Maybe she's in less danger now.
No, she's in more danger. That's like she's cooked when that meter goes to the bottom.
I do think it's interesting that it's on a timer the whole time.
See,
but
the main thing removing that is gone.
Yeah.
So
it's just a run through to the end section. You don't actually have to interact with that system at all if you go fast enough.
To make sure to do this fine.
So yeah, once again, Jacob is the leader. And bringing Morden along because he has low survivability rating, Miranda for damage, as well as low-ish survivability when she is
not in the party. Yeah, the people not in the party.
Not loyal.
Yeah.
Was what I was searching for.
Okay.
And then, Jack, of course, is the biotic because she's loyal and powerful enough.
Yep, and she's just going to provide us this little bubble shield, which will protect us from the swarms. If you go outside of the bubble, you start taking damage very quickly. And here we just basically have this auto-scroller section, and after every section we have to turn and talk to Jack and say, yes, please continue.
Yeah, and we do have a brief period where if you have anything to say, RJ, this is basically group.
Yeah, the last
call.
chance.
Yeah.
This is all
this time for sure.
This time for sure.
All right. Well, if not, we can talk to our good friend Harvey, who is throwing these orbs at us, and we are going to cause problems for him. And yes, and you can see via that ominous 100%, it is going to be cane time soon. Everybody's
One thing
favorite.
to note, I turn on autosave because we get our ammo back now in between portions of this final mission. So.
Yeah. no reason not to.
There's no
have it
reason
on.
pretty much
Yep.
not to like grab it.
All right, and now we're going to start seeing.
It's also very useful, necessary at the end.
Yep, I'll get into that when we get there.
Yeah. Now we're going to start seeing some uses of the biotic powers, mostly for taking on like the Collector, the Abomination, and Husks, which are numerous, but we have they don't have any defensive layers besides their health, which means that they are we can hit them with Shockwave, knock them in the air, and the physics damage will finish them off.
Yeah, once I see them fly away, I'm just gonna aim the cane
Yep,
here.
and hello enemies, goodbye enemies.
All clear. Let me know when you're ready to move up, Commander.
We're already ready, Jack.
Yep.
Did you not see that explosion?
She was too busy telling us that we were all clear.
We love fancy explosions here.
We do love fancy explosions here. I gotta admit.
But yeah, coming up pretty soon is a thing that we call the Reeve of Faith. So going outside of here, you take constant damage, but we want to get to the end of this area to trigger the end of it as quickly as possible. And Reeve makes it possible to run ahead of the barrier that much sooner because of the absorb health effect. So they're going to be, in a little bit, after this little section of fighting right here, where there's going to be some Husks and a Scion, you'll see Sanjan wait for a couple Husks to come up, Reeve them, and then just book it to the end.
First, gotta get rid of the Scion, though. We'll give absolutely ruin your entire career otherwise.
Yeah, this is like kind of like a weird auto-scroller, like I'm not exactly sure how the timing for this works, but like sometimes I can also get trapped and then just sitting here, kind of like just like sighing, but it should be fine. It's slow, but it's really consistent.
Let me know when you're moving out, Commander.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait till a certain point when the Husk spawn, and then we're just gonna do Reeve of Faith.
Reeve of.
And that's why they nerf Reeve in Mass Effect 3, because he no longer drains HP.
Huh.
It just like lowers defenses.
Oh, okay. No.
No, I don't want to get back in the barrier. So you can see near death.
Yeah, he keeps
near
going,
death,
taking up and down.
There's
Reeve
the
is-
end.
Yep.
All right.
Never
so
didn't have it. All right.
I want this outfit for Jack.
Yeah. Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, that one's
Oh,
good.
I love those glasses.
All right, so the reason why we had to pick Jacob and Jack because there's the final check here is if your squad mates are loyal.
If they're not, they will have a bad day.
They are pretty much a team. I did mention earlier they were the Team Rocket. I was not joking about that.
Yeah. Instead of Jesse and James, it's Jack and Jacob.
They're not as great as like the.
We are blasting off towards the center of this place.
Yep. And here we'll see Sanjan using both of their pole abilities. Harvey cannot assume direct control of enemies if they are not in direct control of themselves because physics has taken hold of them. And so Sanjan is going to be trying to get snipe these things before they get into the point where Sanjan or where the Harbinger can assume control of them and then lift the other two up in the air. And that will save a bunch of time and some ammo. We've had 0 Harbinger spawn so far, and otherwise he would have spawned on each of these platforms.
Yeah, ammo here is a little bit tight, simply because there are so many enemies that you want to kill, and you want to kill them quickly, which means basically shooting with relatively wild abandon most of the time.
Yeah. And there's our first Harvey. Hello, Harvey. Goodbye, Harvey.
Yeah, you usually get one there.
Yeah.
I think pretty much always.
Yeah, it's basically impossible. Or there's too many enemies to lift.
The main reason why I'm not having Miranda is really bad here because you very much like the weapon damage with the Scions.
Yeah.
But since Miranda isn't loyal and her loyalty would take a long time, this is overall better.
Yeah. God, they really are just not fun to look at. It's my take on Scions. Visually unappealing.
So we're up to the final boss now, so kind of warning to get ready on time because it's going to happen really fast. My commentators will call that out.
Yeah.
Also, I am sure you'll like plot. It's a pretty epic part.
Yeah.
That was a nice little rhyme there.
Shepard, if my calculations are correct, the superstructure is a Reaper.
Dun, dun,
Not just any Reaper.
I am Skeletor.
どうも、骸骨です。
I had to. All right, so you see those tubes opening up. The next portion of the fight, after you kill a few other enemies, is to destroy those. And then after that, there is the final section, which is going to be, when in doubt, Kane, for the most part.
Yeah.
You don't quite one-shot with the Kane, but
you get
that's
pretty
okay.
close. The tubes, in a casual playthrough, you do one at a time, and then there's a wave of enemies between each time. Sanjan is going to show us something much cooler once we tell Harvey to go away and say go.
So Pull one-shots these, and so you have 2 squad mates with Pull, and then you have your own ability. So going to do that, and then shoot the last one, and there you go. Also, just hit max level.
Woohoo! All right, and now Tim is going to call us and be like, hey, you know this horrifying, like, terrible base? What if you gave it to me? Wouldn't that be cool?
On time, by the way. We're just going to do a couple hits here.
There's going to be a Kane shot, then a few shots, so get ready on time. There was also a quick reload, which lowers the amount of damage reduction that the Reaper has, and that is time.
はい、はい。グッドゲームでした。何もわからんかったな。
So yeah, otherwise that Kane shot wouldn't have dropped it to a sliver of health, but about 30% health.
Yeah, so a couple things because that final boss that they really hyped up took like 15, 20 seconds. So the reason why you pretty much, if you had Miranda, that weapon damage from the Kane would have like didn't require me to take out my Maddock.
Yeah, it would have been an actual one-shot, but
yeah.
Not worth the Miranda loyalty mission.
But like there's just a lot that goes into the speed run, and that's probably why you didn't see me talk as much because I really had to focus. So
yeah,
we're pretty much. I'll let this cutscene play out because honestly, it's like really epic, and I'll do kind of like my shout. So huge shout outs to my commentators, Alec and Aiko. Y'all did a really amazing job like commentating. Like y'all should give them a round of applause because they pretty much like their speedrun is extremely fast paced. Like you just saw me. It's like I know it's an RPG, but it's like shooter RPG and platformer like all in one. And pretty much, I would like to give a shout out to the BioWare Discord for being really cool people. There's especially Mike Wave who pretty much like I've heard to learn a lot from just like from watching him and then asking him stuff. So like, and then we're pretty able to find out like a lot of like little type optimizations too. And there's a lot of glitch hunters in the BioWare speedrunning Discord that have helped find a lot of stuff for both this game and Ellie. And Ellie, it's a lot more accessible, and there's a speedrun mod for that. So if you all are interested.
Yeah, the LE runs may not be as glitchy, but they are still really good, really fun.
And then if you two have any more shoutouts, feel free.
Yeah, I want to shout out the BioWare community as well. Just cool, chill place, kind of a smaller, tight-knit place. We'd love to have more people, so if you're interested in speedrunning these games, we'd love to have you. And I'd also like to shout out all of my fellow staff and attendees here at RPG Limit Break and all of you watching. Thanks for helping make this event what it is. It is always a highlight of my year and one of the most fulfilling things I'm part of in my life.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
I had to play this.
Right.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
That is the funniest line. So if
Right.
you have anything to say, this is also the cutscene that shows no one's died.
Yeah, I want to shout out the Ori speedrunning and Ori randomizer communities. They are both they're really wonderful places and full of really wonderful people. And I also wanted to shout out all my friends and loved ones who've been so supportive, especially my best friend Remy, who donated earlier. Thank you so much, Remy. All right. And I also want to shout out Sanjan, who has brought us this wonderful run and invited me to be on their couch.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy to be able to do this run for a marathon I really love. I love RPGs of all kinds. And so this is to prove to y'all that no one's been left behind. Otherwise, you'd see us mourning something. But anyways, I'll take it over to RJ.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Sanjan, for that run. Let's give her a round of applause again. I did want to sneak in one quick donation because it's still relevant to the
は
game.
い
We have a
えーっ
$10
と
donation from Plexel.
以上
Says
マスエ
hearing
フェ
Harvey
クト
talk
2
about
でご
hearing
ざ
a
いまし
completely
た。
normal tone of voice sounds
一
strange to
旦
me.
次のゲー
So
ムの
let's
準
fix
備
that.
に入りますので失礼いたし
Harvey!
ます。
All right, everybody, stick around. We're getting set up for our next run, which is going to be Romancing Saga Minstrel Song by Aryan Sky Dragon. But before that, we're going to take a quick ad break, so hang tight.